everyone, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas and a lovely Hanukkah for all of those who celebrate. I myself actually had a very nice Christmas, even though it was pared down, kind of a micro Christmas, a little smaller this year, but I think a lot of people are doing that. It's more about the family and the experience than it is about the presents. Although Romeo did get a present this year from my dad. My dad bought Romeo a brand new cat bed. You can see here in the photograph, Romeo is absolutely enjoying it. He is definitely living like a royal prince. So today I thought we would just do a very casual royal recap of some of the royal activities that have happened with some of our favorite royals. So sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. Now, I did find a couple of Christmas cards for some other royal households that I want to go ahead and share with you now. So here is the official Christmas card for the Norwegian royals. I think they look absolutely fabulous. Now, I know the king himself has been a little ill, so we're going to wish him a full and speedy recovery. But this right now is the Norwegian Royals Christmas card. Then we have a beautiful Christmas card of the Danish Royals with Crown Prince Frederik and his wife Crown Princess Mary and their 4 children. Now, it is said that the Danish royals are all celebrating Christmas separately, and I think they will get together at a later date. It is said that Queen Marguerite is spending Christmas with her sister and her friends back at the palace, and that they're all going to reunite at a later date. Here we have the official royal Christmas card for the Monaco royals. You have Prince Albert and Princess Charlene with their twins, Prince Jacques and Princess Gabriella. I think they look absolutely stunning, and Princess Charlene gives me a lot of that old Hollywood glamour. She is absolutely beautiful in her outfit. I think all of them look magical. Paired next to that big, beautiful tree, I think it's one of my favorite Christmas cards of the season. I notice a lot of the other royals tend to be very casual, like, oh, here's a picture of us on vacation, but I love the fact that they actually dressed up for the Christmas occasion and made it a little bit more fancy. That's something I do love about the Monaco royals, is they do like to put on the glitz and glamour. Talk about glamorous. I love the Netherlands royals. Queen Maxima is definitely a fashionista. She has a stunning family. All of her daughters are beautiful, and I love the fact that they have the dog in the photograph, but they look like a very nice family, but they love glamour as well, and I just think they look beautiful in this portrait. And the last royal Christmas card I have is the Belgian royals. Here you can see them all seated with their dogs. I like when they include their pets in their photographs, but I thought they looked absolutely stunning as well. So I just love to see different royal families from around the world sharing their Christmas cards. Now, the Prince and Princess of Wales on Christmas Day shared a beautiful drawing from their son, Prince George, age 9. He drew this beautiful portrait of a reindeer with some cardinals. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. He is definitely a budding artist, way more than I will ever be, but I love the fact when we can see a different side of the royals, something a little bit more creative. I know that King Charles himself is also a painter, an artist. His mother, Catherine, is a photographer. So there's definitely a lot of creative juices flowing through the royal family. But I think Prince George did a fabulous job on this painting of a reindeer. The lovely Catherine, Princess of Wales, hosted her 2nd annual Together at Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey. Everyone came out to the event. All of the royals were there. Everyone looked absolutely beautiful and fabulous. Now, Kate was seen wearing a beautiful maroon burgundy colored coat, which seemed to be the theme of the season. Her daughter Charlotte was also wearing a matching burgundy coat. I thought the Waleses looked absolutely stunning together. Now, of course, they were out with their two oldest children, George and Charlotte. Little Louis, unfortunately, is too young to attend the event. And we saw Princess Beatrice. She came out. She looked beautiful in kind of a plaid checkered coat alongside her very handsome husband, Eduardo Mappali Mozzi. Even Princess Eugenie stepped out with her husband, Jack Brooksbank. She was also wearing a really nice kind of a brown houndstooth coat with a little bit of fringe. I thought she looked really pretty. Also, we saw the Middletons come out to support Kate. We had her parents come out as well as her sister Pippa. And we had the lovely Zara and Mike Tyndall. Now, both Pippa and Zara were also sporting beautiful burgundy coats. That is definitely the color of the fall season. Now, I thought Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, looked absolutely gorgeous. I love the monochromatic look, kind of a cream on cream or off-white look that she had, paired with a pair of beautiful beige boots. I thought she looked absolutely stunning. Now I am going to play for you a little bit of a clip of Catherine introducing her Christmas program, where she paid special homage to Her Majesty the Queen. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you now.
This year, we've invited hundreds of inspiring individuals to the service, those who showcase the power of connectedness and community values, allowing us to continue Her Majesty's tradition of recognising and thanking those who have gone above and beyond to support others. Her Majesty leaves with us an incredible legacy, and one that has deeply inspired many of us.
Now, King Charles III delivered his very first Christmas address, and he did break with royal tradition. Normally, Her Majesty the Queen was always seated at a desk and would have pictures of her family members around her, but this year Charles had a pre-recorded message, and he filmed it in a very different place than it's normally filmed. He filmed it at St. George's Chapel, which was the location very poignant for the monarch, as it is the resting place of many of his family members, including the Queen, his father, Prince Philip, his grandparents, King George VI, the Queen Mother, as well as his aunt, Princess Margaret. Now, Charles was also standing, and you saw a Christmas tree kind of in the background. They had a little bit more of a modern twist on the royal Christmas message, because I believe he really wanted to highlight the spirit of Christmas and pay homage to his mother, the Queen. So there wasn't any portraits of royal family members laying around, but they did, I thought, a beautiful, beautiful message where they did include clips of other working members of the royal family, showing them out in the public, out in the community, doing acts of service. And I thought it fit very nicely with his speech. So it wasn't the same kind of speech that Her Majesty has given year after year. I believe he really wanted to reach people and to get into the heart of the matter and focus on Her Majesty's legacy. And I thought it was a beautiful message. Another thing I really did enjoy about King Charles's speech was that even though Christmas is a traditional Christian holiday, he was very poignant to bring out other people of other faiths and say this is a time of togetherness, to come together as one. And I do believe the magic and the message he was trying to convey is that we're all here together. I thought it was a very beautiful and meaningful speech, so I'm going to go ahead and play it for you here.
I'm standing here in this exquisite chapel of St. George at Windsor Castle, so close to where my beloved mother, the late Queen, is laid to rest with my dear father. I am reminded of the deeply touching letters, cards, and messages which so many of you have sent my wife and myself, and I cannot thank you enough for the love and sympathy you have shown our whole family. Christmas is a particularly poignant time for all of us who have lost loved ones. We feel their absence at every familiar turn of the season and remember them in each cherished tradition. In the much-loved carol, O Little Town of Bethlehem, we sing of how in thy dark street shineth the everlasting light. My mother's belief in the power of that light was an essential part of her faith in God, but also her faith in people, and it is one which I share with my whole heart. It is a belief in the extraordinary ability of each person to touch with goodness and compassion the lives of others and to shine a light in the world around them. This is the essence of our community and the very foundation of our society. We see it in the selfless dedication of our armed forces and emergency services, who work tirelessly to keep us all safe, and who perform so magnificently as we mourn the passing of our late Queen. We see it in our health and social care professionals, our teachers, and indeed all those working in public service, whose skill and commitment are at the heart of our communities. And at this time of great anxiety and hardship, be it for those around the world facing conflict, famine, or natural disaster, or for those at home finding ways to pay their bills and keep their families fed and warm, we see it in the humanity of people throughout our nations and the Commonwealth, who so readily respond to the plight of others. I particularly want to pay tribute to all those wonderfully kind people who so generously give food or donations, or that most precious commodity of all, their time, to support those around them in greatest need, together with the many charitable organizations which do such extraordinary work in the most difficult circumstances. Our churches, synagogues, mosques, temples, and gurdwaras have once again united in feeding the hungry, providing love and support throughout the year. Such heartfelt solidarity is the most inspiring expression of loving our neighbour as ourselves. The Prince and Princess of Wales recently visited Wales, shining a light on practical examples of this community spirit. Some years ago, I was able to fulfill a lifelong wish to visit Bethlehem and the Church of the Nativity. There I went down into the chapel of the manger and stood in silent reverence by the silver star that is inlaid on the floor and marks the place of our Lord Jesus Christ's birth. It meant more to me than I can possibly express to stand on that spot where, as the Bible tells us, the light that has come into the world was born. While Christmas is, of course, a Christian celebration, the power of light overcoming darkness is celebrated across the boundaries of faith and belief. So whatever faith you have or whether you have none, it is in this life-giving light and with the true humility that lies in our service to others that I believe we can find hope for the future. Let us therefore celebrate it together and cherish it always. With all my heart, I wish each of you a Christmas of peace, happiness, and everlasting light.
Now, usually during this time of year, the king is going to spend his Christmas at Sandringham along with the Queen Consort, and they are expected to be joined by other members of the royal family for the festive season. Now, the late Queen would normally return to her Norfolk home following the festivities, returning to London in February. However, Charles is not going to do the same. The monarch is expected to be traveling to his Scottish home of Birkhall alongside the Queen Consort early in the new year, where they will stay for a number of weeks. So definitely King Charles, in my opinion, is carving out a new path for himself. He's making changes, much like his mother did when she took over as queen. But I really did enjoy this holiday message. And I do have to say, I thought King Charles looks very dapper, very handsome. I don't know what it is about him, but he looks very kingly to me. He never did before, but I just think he looks very regal. He looks very confident, very polished, and very, very ready to take on the role. And I think he's done a wonderful job over his first 90 days as king. And I look forward to seeing him put his personal stamp on being monarch as we go further and further along into the new year. So we were all happy to see that the royal family has returned to their Christmas Day tradition of walking to church while they were in Sandringham. The monarch and his wife were joined by senior members of the royal family, including the Prince and Princess of Wales and all 3 of their children. So little 4-year-old Prince Louis made his debut on Christmas morning. He looked absolutely adorable. He was dapper in his little navy suit, and of course he was wearing their traditional shorts. Apparently, upper-class boys of a certain age don't wear pants. I believe he has to be 5 or 6 when he starts wearing the longer pants. It's a very royal tradition, but he looked absolutely adorable. His face just totally gives it away. I think he's going to be a total heartthrob for all of the ladies growing up. Now, we did see the Wales' 2 oldest children, Princess Charlotte and Prince George. Prince George looked a lot like his father, matching him in a navy suit and navy tie. We did see Princess Charlotte looking absolutely beautiful, and she was wearing the burgundy coat. I think it might have been the same one that she wore for the Christmas Carol service. Now, Catherine looked stunning. To me, this gave me Kate Middleton old school vibes, kind of before she married Prince William. She was wearing this kind of olive green colored coat. I believe it was by Alexander McQueen, and a beautiful, stunning hat, very unique with kind of a feather sticking out. If you look at it, it does look like her former style, which was a little bit more out there. You know, she took a little bit more risk before she became a royal, and she wore it with a pair of beautiful brown boots. She looked absolutely stunning. Now, they are saying that she was wearing a pair of earrings that was from a French designer, Cézanne, and they were a Christmas gift from her husband, Prince William. Again, she looked absolutely stunning. We also saw the others were out and about. We also saw people like Princess Beatrice and her husband, Eduardo, as well as her stepson, Wolf, or Wolfie, I think is what he's called. We also saw Zara Tyndall and her husband Mike, along with their daughter Lena. We saw Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank. Then we saw Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, with her daughter Lady Louise. Both of them looked absolutely stunning. And her daughter looks like she's taller than she is, as well as their son, James Severin, was there as well. We also saw Peter Phillips with his daughter Isla. It looked like a very happy time for all, just to see all of the royals out and about, kind of putting on a strong front. Of course, at the very front of the crowd was King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla. It looked like they were all having just a lovely time, a lovely Christmas, happy to get back to business as usual. You know, so much has changed since COVID, so it's nice to see the royals out and about. There were about 1,000 people lining the streets to see them on their way to and from church. You do see Catherine and William and the kids interacting with the crowd. So it was nice to see the family together and enjoying the holidays. And it doesn't look like they have anything else on their mind, that they're just business as usual. So I'm sure that they all could use the special time together as a family, as I'm sure they're bracing for a very tough 2023. But that is all I have for you guys. Happy Boxing Day to all of you who celebrate Boxing Day. Happy holidays. But we will have a lot of fun and interesting royal content coming your way. I just want to say thank you guys for being so supportive of me and my channel. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I consider you all my friends and part of my RDT family. Thank you guys. Happy belated Christmas, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye guys.